who were considered master reciters of the Quran by Muhammad himself.
Okay.
Yeah? And those are Ubay ibn Ka'b.
Raihan, question by question. Not let him
Alright,
be
that's
like
fine.
Don't worry.
verbal diarrhea.
Don't worry, Allah will help. Don't worry. Go on.
So Ubay ibn Ka'b was one of them.
Okay.
Another one was Abdullah ibn Masud, and there were two others as well.
Right.
Muhammad said that these were people that you could learn to recite the Quran from, because they were knowledgeable in the Quran. So we know from Sahih Hadith, in Sahih al-Bukhari for example, that there were disagreements among the codexes of Abdullah ibn Masud and Ubay ibn Ka'b after Muhammad's death, and they were arguing about what was meant to be in the Quran and what was not meant to be in the Quran. So for example, Ubay ibn Ka'b, his codex had 116 surahs. But Abdullah ibn Masud only had 110 surahs.
Yep.
They were also ordered differently. And even within certain surahs, some of them had differences about what certain verses should have been. So for example, Ubay ibn Ka'b had I'll mention that a bit later.
Okay.
But clearly there are differences in these two codexes. Now, we know that something cannot be perfectly preserved, which I think you believe about the Quran. It's perfectly preserved, letter by letter, dot by dot, sound by, well maybe not sound by sound, because you think it's different from the Quran. But ultimately it's perfectly preserved, yeah? Okay. How can the Quran be perfectly preserved if the earliest and most reliable translators of the Quran, those who had learned many surahs off by heart, Abdullah ibn Masud said he had learned 70 surahs off by heart, when they disagreed about what the Quran should be?
Do you know what? The Quran that we go by the Uthmanic script, correct?
Yes.
Okay. The Ubay bin Ka'b, Abdullah bin Mas'ud, did they say that the surahs that they memorized has been abrogated?
How do you mean by that? Is in like they no longer apply?
Yeah, it's been abrogated.
They believe they should have been still in the Quran.
No, they didn't say that. They say it's been abrogated. It says it's been abrogated.
It was a later idea that they had been.
No.
But Abdullah ibn Masud completely disagreed. What
No.
the Quran was
The
doing.
Quran that you have today, we go by the Uthmanic script.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's good.
So wherever the collection you get from other than Uthmanic script, even Ubay bin Ka'b as well as Abdullah bin Mas'ud even said these surahs have been abrogated. Do you really think that the abrogation is only from the Quran? No. There has been abrogation that's not even included in the Quran. For example, the breastfeeding.
Yeah, and the verse of stoning.
Exactly, right. So who authorized it?
But what I'm saying to you though is that there are people who disagreed and thought that it should have been in the Quran.
Who said this disagreement? We're going by the Uthmanic script.
Abdullah ibn Masud, he disagreed with what Uthman did when he only took certain parts of what he was saying and rejected others.
No, but Abdullah ibn Masud said that the surah that he has been abrogated.
Yes, after this had happened. In other words, he put up a fight to say, no, you need to include what I'm saying. I memorized over 70 surahs of the Quran from the Prophet. I was said to be one of the greatest reciters of the Quran.
Yeah.
You're not taking what
Does
I'm
that
saying.
does that necessarily mean that it's not been abrogated? It has been abrogated.
But why would he argue about it if he
You do know
the
the Sahaba, you do know the companions memorized surahs that has been abrogated.
Yes, but they didn't believe that when the Uthmanic.
Who said he's not believe it? If we're saying
they themselves said
no,
that they recorded in their own.
No, they said it's been abrogated. They said
later they did.
No. They said it's been abrogated.
Later.
Okay, where do we get our authorization from? The abrogation. We get it from the Prophet. Okay. The Prophet said it's been abrogated. So it doesn't really matter if Abdullah bin Mas'ud. Listen to me. It doesn't matter if Abdullah bin Mas'ud or Ubay bin Ka'b, how many surahs they memorized even the abrogated verses. Okay. That doesn't necessarily mean it should be in the Quran.
No.
Right?
They disagreed about what should be in the Quran and what shouldn't.
No, where'd you get that? Prove me.
No, Ubay ibn Ka'b said there should be 116 surahs in the Quran.
Where did it say it's supposed to? Where does it say that?
Because in his codex, that's how many.
We're saying the codex that Ubay bin Ka'b. Yes, you're correct. It's possible. Yes, it's correct.
Right,
no. I'm saying it's possible that Ubay bin Abdullah had 116 surahs, right? But some of these surahs have been abrogated.
Right.
So we go by the Uthmanic script.
The Uthmanic script was a consensus trying to figure out what to do with the fact that
no, there was no consensus about what surah should be included.
Okay,
the Prophet. Wait, hang on. The Prophet sallallahu in his lifetime, Jibreel alayhi salam recited the whole Quran to him, and the Prophet sallallahu then affirmed what's been abrogated, what's not. So it doesn't matter if Ubay bin Ka'b memorized 70 or 116 surahs. It doesn't matter because we have the Prophet ﷺ telling us what's been abrogated, what's not.
But where did they get that from? They got it from the Prophet.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. Hang on.
They heard different things from the
Chris,
Prophet.
I don't disagree with that, Chris. Okay. Where did I say that
so
it doesn't exist?
With me then that they disagreed about what should be in the
No, not disagreed. I'm saying it's possible that they memorized certain ayahs, certain surahs wasn't abrogated then until the Prophet ﷺ authorized this is abrogated. Absolutely.
Well, no, they argued
That's possible.
after the death of the Prophet.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. No, they
This
didn't.
is after Abu Bakr's Zayd bin Thabit when he had compiled the
When-
first one in 632.
When was?
After that.
When, okay. When
Muhammad
was?
died in 632.
Okay, fine,
Right,
fine.
so they're arguing after Muhammad had died.
No, what
saying
did they?
that I heard
They,
the Prophet
they
say
didn't argue
this
about
and
that.
this and this.
They didn't argue about that.
It's in your authentic hadith.
There is no argument about what should be included, what's not. That's an absolute lie. With all due respect.
Alright, I'm gonna find that.
That's an absolute lie. With all due respect. Oh, babe, I've got no problem at all. There are some Sahaba that did memorize verses and surahs that's been abrogated. I don't deny that. But at the end of the day, the Prophet ﷺ, he told us what's been abrogated, what's not. So we're only going by the Usmanic codex. In fact, you've even discussed with Mansur and Hashim. So I don't know why you're discussing with me.
I haven't discussed this one.
They're the best people to talk about this.
Well, that's fine.
Right?
Well, maybe
So
I'll
let's
chat
talk about
with-
theology. I think theology is more
Okay,
important
but
than
can I just say this,
preservation.
because you just said this isn't true. I'm going to read Surah Al-Bukhari 4987.
Yes.
And it says this. Narrated Anas bin Malik. Hudayfa bin al-Yaman, forgive my
I know this. Go on.
came to Uthman at the time of the people of Sham and the people of Iraq were waging war to conquer
Yes.
Armenia and Abyjayan.
Yes. Yes.
Hudayfa was afraid of the people of Sham and Iraq differences in the recitation of the Quran. So he said to Uthman, O chief of the believers, save this nation before they differ about the book, the Quran, as Jews and the Christians did before. That sounds like a pretty big
Did it happen? Did it happen?
Well, no, I'm not saying it happened. I'm saying,
Thank you very much.
I'm saying
Thank
they
you very
argued
much.
about it.
So just because they feared about something doesn't mean it happened, did
Because
it?
they were arguing about it. He noticed two
Peop-
different
do you know what's the
recitations.
context? The context was there was a war.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That war,
Oh, no,
they were scared of
outside
the
of
Hufaz. They were scared of the Hufaz dying. Did it necessarily mean that there were different recitations? That doesn't necessarily mean
Oh, yeah,
that
there
there's a
were.
change.
Yes, there were different
No,
recitations.
it's a fear. It didn't happen.
No, listen.
I've read this before. Do you know what, Chris? With all due respect,
He
you
was
have
afraid of their
Go on.
differences in their recitation
afraid,
of the Quran.
afraid, afraid,
Of their what?
afraid
Of their...
of different recitations. Did it happen? Did it happen?
If I tell you I'm afraid of tomorrow, it means that I'm
Does that
believing
mean- does that mean it's
believing
true?
That thing is real, right?
Do you think that? Yeah, but does that necessarily
if
mean it
I'm afraid
happened?
of something, then I am asserting that
Did it
is
happen
the
in
case.
reality? Oh, sorry. Did it happen in reality? Did it happen? Just because, Chris. Chris, just because something you're afraid of doesn't necessarily mean it happened.
Yeah, but if I say I'm afraid, if I said to you I'm afraid of the differences in the Bible, am I implying there's differences in the Bible?
No, you don't. Unless it's real, unless there are differences. No, you're being. With all due respect, Chris, there is no evidence in that hadith where it says there's been changes. There is not.
Well,
There were
let's keep
people.
reading,
There
let's
were
keep
people.
reading,
There were
let's keep
people who feared.
So Uthman sent a message to Hafsa saying,
Yes.
send us the manuscripts of the Quran. This will
Yes.
be the one that was compiled by Abu
Yes,
Bakr,
yes.
so that we may compile the Quran materials in perfect copies.
Yes.
So he's compiling a Quran now and return the manuscripts to you.
Yes.
So there were manuscripts, different ones.
Yes.
You know, this Ubay ibn Ka'b had his.
Yes.
Abdullah ibn Masud had his.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Hafsa sent it to Uthman. Uthman then ordered Zayd bin Thabit,
Right.
Abdullah bin al-Zubair, Zayd bin Ayas, and Abdul Rahman bin Hayes bin Hisham, who and Abdul Rahman bin Harith rewrite the manuscripts in perfect copies. So they're rewriting the Quran in perfect copies. Uthman said to the three Qurayshi men, in case you disagree with Zayd bin Thabit on any point of the Quran, then write it in the dialect of Quraysh. Wait, why would they disagree?
Oh, okay. I see what you mean now. They're not disagreeing. Hang on. They're not. You do know there are different dialects.
Right, and
The
they're
seven
arguing
ahruf.
about it.
Are there differences?
Okay, wait.
Oh, no. I'm asking you the question
Oh,
now.
there's 7 haruf. Yeah.
Hang on. Yeah.
Yeah,
Does that
okay.
mean they're different Qur'ans?
Is that the different Qurans? Well, people seem to think.
No. I'm asking you.
The companions seem to think.
No. I'm asking you. Did the
Right.
Prophet ﷺ,
Yeah.
did he permit the reading of 7 different ahrufs?
According to your traditions, yes.
Yes.
They
Thank you very
argued
much.
about what they were.
Thank you very
They
much.
argued about what
So
they were,
thank you
so
very
they were
much. So
compiled into one.
thank you very much. So it's
Right.
not different Qur'ans. It's different.
But they're arguing about
That's not different Qur'ans. Do you know what? It's not talking about different Qur'ans.
Of course it is.
No, it's not. It's different qira'at.
They're
No,
arguing
different
about what is meant to be in the
different
Quran.
qira'at.
Okay. Well, let's keep reading. All right. So where were we? So perfect copies. Uthman said to the Quraysh men, in case you disagree with Zayd bin Thabit on any point, he looks like he's expecting them to disagree. In the Quran, then write it in the dialect of Quraysh. Okay. The Quran was revealed in their tongue. I thought it was revealed in Seven Aruf, but I agree that other traditions say it was. They did so, and they had written many copies. Uthman returned the original manuscripts to Hafsa. Uthman sent to every Muslim province one copy of what they had copied, and ordered that all the other Quranic materials, whether written in fragmentary manuscripts or whole copies, be burnt.
If you're seriously telling me these are different Qur'ans, then you're totally wrong.
It literally says
You don't. Do you know the basics of the Arabic language?
Why do I need to know?
Because
I just look at what the companion says?
Wait, we don't deny there are 7 different readings of the Quran. We're not denying that.
But yeah, there's Qira'at.
The Qira'ah. You know what the Qira'ah is?
About the Aruf. The Aruf was compiled into the
Ahruf.
Uthmanic copy.
Right.
Right.
There are
So
different
we destroyed them.
there's different dialects.
Yeah, Qira'at that comes later. Yeah. And even in those dialects,
There are
some words.
the Prophet ﷺ authorized and permitted 7 different ways of reciting the Quran. They're not disputing about what needs to be included, what's not.
But they literally
No,
say
they
in this
didn't.
verse
No, read it again. You're not reading. Properly.
Okay. Hudayfa was afraid, the people of Sham and Iraq,
Yes.
of their differences in the recitation of the Quran.
Yes.
And then following that it says, so he said to Uthman, O chief of the believers, save this nation before they differ about the book.
Okay.
Come on, he's obviously worried that they're saying
Who are they
different
talking
things.
about? Who are they talking about?
They're talking about the people up north from Iraq and Sham.
Right. So not in Arabia,
they're
not the Arabian
not
Peninsula.
Arabia,
Right.
they're
So
up
so
north.
it's got nothing to do with the preservation of the Quran. It's about the
No,
fear.
it's about what people are saying about the Quran
Not,
up north.
no, but what's that got to do with the preservation of the Quran?
Because they have different ideas about what is in the Quran.
No, you're misunderstanding the point.
But it says it really clearly.
No, Chris, you're not getting the point. We're not talking. This is not talking about the preservation of the Quran. The Quran is already preserved. The people, Hudayfa
Why
is
are they
scared
differing about it?
because it's the people of Iraq.
Huh?
People of Iraq. He's talking about the
what are
people
they-
of
what
Iraq.
are they reciting?
Because what exactly? That's what he
Right.
fears. So that's why
So
he
they're
says
reciting things
no,
differently.
no. That means no. That means it's afraid, meaning that the people of Iraq, right? They're not accustomed to the way how the Quran is recited. This is what he's scared about. He's not scared about there's different surahs, different verses.
They
No.
were different sources, yes?
No, you're imposing that. I've already clarified
Your
that.
Sahih tradition
I've
says-
already clarified that.
No, I think it's Ubay ibn Ka'b.
I know about Ubay bin Ka'b. I've done my
Right, so you know
research.
that's true then?
Did I deny that
No,
there
you
was?
didn't. You didn't.
Did I?
But what I'm saying is,
Right.
since we both affirm
Hang
that,
on.
then we know there were
Can I ask you a question? Sincerely, can I ask you this question? The Quran that we go with, are we going by the Uthmanic Codex or are we going by Ubay bin Ka'b Codex?
We were going by the Uthmanic one because
Thank you very
Uthman
much.
destroyed the remaining
Thank you very much. So it is possible that there were Sahaba that did memorize abrogated surahs, abrogated recitation. There's no problem at all.
What I'm
That's
saying is
possible.
They
But
themselves thought it should have been in the Quran.
where does it say? It doesn't say
Because
that.
they argued about it.
No, they argued about the different. There's a scare.
Okay, why did Uthman have to compile the
Is-
Quran? Why did he have to compile it?
Why do you have to compile
Why
it?
did he get all these different sources and compile it and then destroy them?
By the way, do you know? By the way, the written Quran was in the time of Abu Bakr.
Yes, because
Okay.
Abu Bakr produced the
Right.
first
So
codex.
what Uthman radiallahu anhu did,
Yep.
he standardized the Quran.
Yes,
to
yes,
and do you know
exactly.
in what?
The Ayman standardized the Quran.
Right. In what dialect?
The Croatian dialect.
What is
Ayman
that? What is that dialect?
It's the tribe of which Muhammad
Which
came
is what?
from and that he
Which is what?
conquered in 630.
Hafs. Hafs Asim. Am I
No,
correct?
Hafs comes from the Hafs tradition that comes from.
So that's what Uthman
Kufa,
did.
I think.
That's what Uthman did. He standardized one dialect.
Yes, and then he
Yeah.
destroyed all others.
Right. Does that mean the Quran is lost?
It means large parts of it are.
No,
yeah.
it's not.
But the greatest
No, it's not.
reciters of the Quran. Come on, guys. The greatest
One at a time, one at a
reciters-
time.
The greatest reciters of the Quran, Ubay ibn Ka'b, Abdullah ibn Masud.
You're not getting the point.
These two, they disagreed about what should be in the Quran.
No.
But Uthman said, no, we're not having this. We're having this standardized one in the Croatian dialect. All others are destroyed. He then sent it out to the big 5 cities: Mecca, Medina, Basra.
He's talking about the
Kufa,
people of Iraq.
Damascus.
He's talking about the people of Iraq that was not accustomed to the Quraysh dialect. That's what he's scared
If I
about.
just said- if
He's
I'm
not talking.
pronouncing it
He's not
differently,
talking
why
about.
would they care?
He's not talking about the preservation of the Quran. The Quran is already
But
preserved
why is he worrying then?
because people will recite it.
Because people are
Because
saying
there was
it,
there was no vowel system.
I'm aware.
Right.
When
So
the
that's
written
what
form.
Hudayfa was scared that now you're going to the people of Iraq, and perhaps the people of Iraq will not be able to recite the way how it should be recited. It's got nothing to do with what
They would
surah
say
should be
it
included,
wrong.
what's not.
No, but
That's
they did
what
have
you're
different
imposing.
surahs. You already knew that.
Just to
How many
simplify
surahs
it.
does the Quran have today?
114.
How many surahs did Ubay ibn Ka'b
Okay, so let me ask you this question.
That's about-
Did I
Already answered. 116,
Chris,
right?
did I deny that Ubay bin Ka'b did have his own
Didn't.
codex?
So just say it.
Right. What I'm saying that is it not possible that Ubay bin Ka'b did memorize
Right.
certain surahs,
Yeah.
but then it was abrogated?
Right, it's possible, yes.
Thank you very much.
But
Thank
that's
you.
not
So
his
we're only going
opinion.
by the Usmani
That's not
Codex.
Abdullah ibn Masud's opinion.
Oh.
They believe that actually they had an authentic Quran that they got from
They
Muhammad
said-
directly themselves.
Chris,
and
Chris,
to not include it
even
would be
Abdullah bin
blasphemy.
Mas'ud as well as Ubay bin Ka'b even said that what they memorize is abrogated, so it doesn't
Of course
matter.
They would afterwards, wouldn't they?
Oh my goodness.
If you met in a council and you basically put your argument forward, you're overruled, your religious scripture doesn't get included in canon, then of course you're going to be like, yeah, all right, for the sake
Chris,
of Ummah, I'm going to agree and
Chris,
go, yeah, it was abrogated.
Chris, you're arguing something that doesn't even, that is not even supporting your argument with all due respect. Because this hadith, Hudayfa bin Yaman, right, is not even talking about the preservation of the Quran. This is not what you're getting. He is scared that the people of Iraq may not recite the Quran in the way that it should be recited.
Yeah, because it's
Okay?
not
So
correct.
secondly, and about Ubay bin Ka'b, I'm going to make this very clear again. It is possible that Ubay bin Ka'b did memorize 116 surahs of the Quran. It's possible, but that doesn't necessarily mean it should be in the Quran. Because the Prophet,
How can he recite what?
because
Does
the
he make it
Prophet,
up?
because the Prophet ﷺ, he had the authority to abrogate
But this happened
certain.
after he died.
No, it didn't.
These arguments happen in the time of Uthman as caliph.
First of all, you've already had a discussion with Mansour and Hashim.
I've never.
You've already. Sorry, Abbas.
I learned this like a month ago.
I'm pretty sure that's already been refuted.
No, I talked about.
You brought this
Quran
up.
manuscripts. I talked about Quran
Chris, you've already brought this up about Ubay bin
People
Ka'b.
other Muslims, but not Hashim,
Well,
not
it
Mansur.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't
I'll
matter.
happily talk with
It
him.
doesn't matter.
Find me
What I'm
Mansur
saying,
and I'll talk to
what I'm
Mansur.
saying, there are certain Sahaba that did memorize the abrogated verses. What's the problem?
They themselves thought it should have been in the Quran. They were overruled by Uthman. Uthman then destroyed.
No,
it.
that's not how it worked.
Mate, you don't
That's-
follow
that's
the
not how
religion
it
of Muhammad. You follow the religion of.
We're going by the Usmanic Codex.
Well, yes, someone.
That's it.
Someone
So what's the
standardised your
point?
Quran.
Sorry?
A man standardized your Quran.
Who's the man?
Uthman.
Right.
When Muhammad wasn't even around.
Do you even
anymore.
know what standardized mean?
Yes, it means you collect the different codexes
No.
and you decide which ones are correct.
No, you're
which
absolutely
ones
wrong.
Have been abrogated, which ones haven't
You're
been abrogated,
absolutely
and
wrong.
you go, we'll go
That's
with this one.
not what the Usmanic script was about in the first place.
Right, so what did it
He
destroy
standardized
the remaining
no, he standardized one reading of the Quran.
Yeah, and you destroyed
That's
the
what you
others,
don't get.
and you destroyed the others.
Oh, goodness me.
Did that?
Okay, if you go to Morocco, what, do you know what they recite? What? Warsh. Are they different Qurans?
Yes.
No, they're not.
Yes.
This is where you don't understand.
Wait.
This is where you don't understand. You don't understand.
The Bismillah.
Bismillah.
In different versions of the Quran, they accept it is it a part of the revelation or not. So that in and of itself proves they're different Qurans because some include it, some don't.
No, not necessarily.
Simple.
Not necessarily.
So you're telling me that's wrong? You're telling me that the Welsh Quran does not have a different opinion to the whole
Who
Quran
authorized
and the
it?
Bismillah?
Who authorized it? Who authorized the reading of Warsh? Prophet Sallallahu. Okay.
I can't remember the Quran.
Yeah, Prophet Sallallahu.
But what I'm saying is
There you go.
yeah?
There you go. Prophet Sallallahu. He authorized.
find
He
different
authorized.
words.
He authorized the Warsh should be recited that way.
There
The
are
Hafs
different
should be
words.
recited in that way, right? It's not authorized by the Sahaba. It's not authorized.
But there are
It's
different
authorized by the
words.
Prophet
But
Sallallahu.
see, I'll grant you some things. I'll say that Hafs is read by 95% of Muslims today. I'll grant you that.
That's what Usman did.
But it was
That's what he did.
standardized by a guy who came after Muhammad.
Chris,
after Muhammad had
Chris,
died.
Usman, radiallahu anhu, standardized one reading
When
of
did
the
he do it?
Quran, the Hafs.
When did he standardize it?
He standardized in his caliph,
652.
652.
When
Okay,
did
fine.
Muhammad die?
I don't know the exact dates, but I just know the
You
concept.
could say 652.
Right, so what I'm
when
saying-
did Muhammad die?
In 632.
Okay, so that's 20 years after.
What's your point?
Because after Muhammad died, the best reciters of the Quran disagreed about what was in the Quran, and then Uthman came along and standardized.
No,
Muhammad never agreed with
The
what the
difference
Quran
between
is.
Hafs and Warsh is pronunciation.
It's pronunciation.
To boil it down,
Goodness me.
to boil it down, it's about presentation, not content.
There are different
Exactly.
Show me.
You can
Show me.
Look.
Show
All right,
me.
all right,
Get
fine,
him out. Show
hang
me.
on, hang on.
Show me.
Yeah.
You know this though.
Look, show
You know
me.
this though, because you're an intelligent man.
This
I know
is
you
your
know this.
opportunity
I know this.
to show me. Show me.
I know this. Usman radiallahu anhu was not debating what surah should be included, what's not. He standardized one reading of the Quran, which is the Hafs. What's the problem with that?
Sorry, say it again.
Usman radiallahu anhu, he standardized one qiraat, one
Yes,
reading
but
of the
all
Quran.
others
Does that
were
mean
to
the
be
Quran is
rejected.
not preserved?
No, what he's saying is that all the recitations that people who knew the Prophet, who would have recited from the Prophet, were destroyed. He did that. That's what he said.
We have the Warsh. That's
Yes,
been
that
read
came
by.
after,
That's
came
been.
after.
That's no. You're not getting the point. The
There's a
Warsh.
difference in Aruf
You're
and
not,
Qira'at.
Chris. You're not getting the point. The Prophet ﷺ, he permitted to be read in 7 different ways. Correct?
7 different modes, yeah?
7
In the
different
Aruf,
modes.
yes.
Right. In the Ahruf.
But
Correct.
They
7
started
different
to argue.
dialects.
Exactly. Do you not get the
7
point,
different
Chris?
The
dialects.
Aruf is modes.
Dialects.
No, he doesn't understand the difference.
Dialect.
And there's 10 different qira'ah.
Yeah, there's 10 of the Qur'an. Yeah.
Yes, and
It was
70
7,
of
and then it was
ahruf.
expanded
So
to
we're talking
10.
about qira'ah.
Yeah, Qira'at came after. What I'm saying to you is that ahruf,
Qira'at
when it was revealed, yes,
was
Muhammad,
revealed to the
and we know that
Prophet.
from Sahih Hadith.
They were revealed to the
It was
Prophet.
condensed into the Qurayshi one, and Uthman discarded the ones that didn't conform.
What's
to
the
that.
problem if it's discarded? He's only preserving.
Okay.
He's
You're-
only standardizing
okay,
one
okay.
region of the
Let me explain-
Quran.
Let me explain where my
Do you not get the
argument
point?
is. Let me explain where my argument is. You cannot say the Quran has been perfectly preserved. If a man who came 20 years after Muhammad died standardized it and destroyed all
Standardize what?
the different Quranic manuscripts into
No,
one,
no,
he
no,
considered
no,
to
no,
be
no,
the
no, 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 no.
Quran. And he didn't do it alone.
No.
And he
No.
didn't do it alone, like you
Yeah,
said.
part of his family. No, it was done through. I said his name.
Subhanallah.
What's his name? The guy who helped with Abu Bakr when he the scribe of Muhammad, the one of the most famous.
Hafiz.
Zayd bin Thabit.
Yeah.
Yes.
He did it again.
What's your
He was
point?
employed again. Look, listen. My point is
Sorry,
that
do you wanna say
the-
something?
The Quran has been standardized.
You're not getting the
by
point. What?
Uthman.
Chris, do you even understand what Usman standardized? What did he
Yes.
standardize? What did he
He
standardize?
standardized the different readings of the Quran that they were arguing about, including the different surahs that were included.
No,
in
not
what
different
is-
surahs. No, 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 no,
You
no.
agree with me? Come on.
No, not different
You
surahs.
already agree with
Different
me.
readings, not different surahs. Don't.
In your
I've already
your
answered
head.
that to
He
you.
already agrees.
I've already answered
on,
to you that Ubay bin
Yes, is
Ka'ab.
that true?
It's possible Ubay bin Ka'ab did.
Possible. Yep.
Are you gonna let me speak?
Okay,
It's
I'll let
possible that Ubay bin Ka'ab
Yeah.
did have his own codex
Did.
that was 116 surahs. No
Yes.
problem.
Yeah.
He probably memorized these abrogated surahs. Who abrogated it?
Right. Okay.
We say the Prophet
He did
ﷺ
not believe
abrogated
at
it.
the time before it was standardized that it was abrogated.
Absolutely wrong.
Why did he
We're-
have his own
we're not-
codex with 116 surahs?
We're not talking about the content. We're talking about the different readings. That's what Usman radiallahu anhu
The
did.
content
He
is
standardized one reading of the Quran, not what surahs needs to be included and what surahs needs to be added.
He did standardize that. Uthman standardized 114 surahs. That's the surahs you have.
No, he didn't standardize 114 surahs. He standardized the reading of the Quran. You don't get the point,
But
do
there were
you?
different codexes.
You don't get the point, and they've been abrogated. They've been abrogated.
I just
I've
said
just
it's
said that.
about-
Wallahi.
It's not about
Chris,
content.
It's not about the
presentation.
content. Exactly.
I think you're ignoring
Chris,
the point. I
Chris,
think that's-
you are saying that Usman
No,
radiallahu
you're
anhu
forcing a
standardized the
point that doesn't
Quran.
have any basis.
By the way, why do we bring Mansoor? Mansoor is more knowledgeable than me. With all due respect, I'm a miskin. I'm poor.
That's what-
Okay, but I know the
If you
basics.
say, I don't know, fine, I ain't gonna hold you to it. Get Mansour, and I'll chat with Mansour.
You've already had a chat with Mansoor.
Not about this.
Really?
No, I had a chat with Mansour about different manuscripts.
You know what? Let's bring Mansoor. You know what? I'll bring Mansoor later. Okay? All I'm telling you is this: Usman did not standardize 114 surahs. That's absolutely incorrect. He standardized one reading of the Quran.
Right, okay.
That's it.
Okay,
You're not getting the
Uthmanic
point.
copy, was it 114 surahs?
Yes, it was.
The Ubayyim and Ka'b copy was 116 surahs.
I've already Chris, I've already told you it's possible that Ubay bin Ka'ab did have 116
That
surahs.
sounds like you're saying yes.
I'm saying it's possible.
That's a funny way of saying
Okay,
it.
fine. Let's say for the sake of argument, yes, he did.
Okay,
Right.
okay. That's what's recorded in your hadith.
But
Yeah.
the Quran that we have, we go by the Usmanic.
Yes, because Uthman said, actually, no, it's not 116, it's 114.
No, the Prophet ﷺ said no. These are okay. Do you know how the Prophet ﷺ, he was recited. It was recited to the Prophet ﷺ by Angel Jibreel.
Yeah,
The whole Quran,
in the Hira code.
right? The Prophet ﷺ,
Not all of it. Well, yeah, not in the Hira code, not in the Hira code.
the
Yeah.
Prophet ﷺ then authorized the Sahaba, the companions. Look, these verses have been abrogated. These surahs have been abrogated.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
so
think
it's possible. So it's possible at the time of the Prophet ﷺ, Ubay bin Ka'ab did have surahs that he memorized that has been abrogated by the Prophet ﷺ.
He didn't think so.
Show me. Show me.
Ubay ibn Ka'b
No,
disagreed in your
no,
hadith.
no. Ubay bin Ka'ab
Yes.
was scared of the mispronunciation of the Quran.
Why would someone have a complete Quran that is different from the one that Abu Bakr?
Chris, is actually academically speaking, it is an academic fact that the Quran was preserved.
No one believes that.
You can check for yourself. Honestly speaking, it's no longer an argument.
Academia doesn't even go to the Quran for any information about Jesus. Doesn't go for any information.
No, I'm not
about
talking about
Islam.
Jesus. I'm talking about the
What I'm
preservation
saying
of the
is that
Quran.
Your faith is completely on faith, blind faith.
No, it's not.
No scholars.
Because I've already clarified to you that it's possible that Ubay bin Ka'ab did have 116 surahs. No problem.
It sounds like you agree
No,
with me.
I'm saying no, but you're not getting the point, which is It's possible that Ubay bin Ka'ab did memorize surahs that has been abrogated, no problem. But who authorized the abrogation? Was it Usman? Was it Usman? Was it Usman?
You're going to say it's Muhammad earlier.
Thank you very much.
And I'm
Thank you.
going to say
Thank you.
Ubay bin Ka'ab had 116 surahs.
It doesn't matter. No, Ubay bin Ka'ab codex doesn't matter anymore. No, no, it's not. You don't get the process. You see, what you're doing is you're saying Usman. This is what he's saying. He's saying Usman radiallahu anhu, he standardized 114 surahs. No, he didn't. He didn't standardize 114. He standardized one region of the Quran, which is the Hafs. Which is the Hafs. Which is what 95% of the people. Huh?
Kufa is the origin
Is
of
Kufa?
the Hafs
Is
Quran.
Kufa?
The idea is that Uthman sent his codex.
Is Kufa?
to
Is
Kufa?
Is Kufa part? Is Kufa in the Hijaz?
Right. No.
Okay,
No,
that's
Kufa
what
is
that.
in Iraq.
Thank you. But it's not in the Hijaz, is it?
I think it might be Walsh, it might be others, but there are actually some.
No, but it's not in Hijaz. But it's not in Hijaz, is it?
No, it's not.
Okay, that's what Hudayfa was scared about.
What?
That's what he was scared about.
Okay.
He was scared. He was scared
We're
about.
different,
Brother, could you come here for a sec, right? This brother is saying. This brother is saying that Usman.
I asked him earlier.
This brother is saying. This brother is more knowledgeable than me.
Should we end it
Chris,
here?
Chris,
I don't think we're
no,
gonna-
Chris is saying Usman radiallahu anhu standardized 114 surahs. Is that correct?
It was already 114. It was already 114.
Thank you very much. Did he standardize the one region of the Quran? He standardized that, didn't he? The
In
Hafs.
the Croatian dialect.
Yeah, the Uthmanic codex.
That's it. He's talking about the Ubay bin Ka'ab, that he memorized 116 surahs.
Well, to be honest, mate, I think I'd rather talk with Hashim.
Okay.
on
I'm aware of this, but
I
basically,
think you've kind of agreed with me. In a way.
no, you're not getting the
Because
point.
you said that Ubay had 116 verses and that the
Chris.
Uthmanic was codicized 114.
Chris,
Perfectly preserved.
Chris, I just told you
I
that
don't quite get what you've told me.
Ubay bin Ka'ab,
Right.
it's possible he may have memorized certain surahs that has been abrogated.
Sounds like yes. Okay.
So-
Is that yes or no? Like, tell me.
Yes, he did.
Okay, great. Okay.
I'm not
Ubay bin
disputing.
Ka'ab had 116 surahs
Yes,
in his
it's
codex.
possible.
Uthman standardized the Quran in 652 after Muhammad died with 114 surahs. Who was right?
And then I asked you who authorized the abrogation.
I don't know.
The Prophet
because
ﷺ. That's
Ubay
it.
bin
That's what it
Ka'ab
matters.
Didn't believe that was the case.
It's possible Ubay bin Ka'ab did.
Yeah, but it's
You're not getting the
possible,
point.
mate. My point is you can't say something's perfectly preserved if you don't know.
Chris,
Yeah.
are you seriously telling me that the Sahaba did not memorize abrogated surahs and verses?
I'm not saying that. Listen,
That's what I'm saying.
to you is
So-
Ubay bin Ka'ab thought differently
No,
than what you think now.
I'm saying Ubay bin Ka'ab did not object. He did not. No, he didn't. Show me.
He had his own Quran with 116 surahs. Yeah.
No, not on Quran.
His own codex of the Quran. With
That's been
116
abrogated by the Prophet ﷺ.
Why was
That's
he-
why we're going by the
was he
Uthmanic Codex.
using it in either Monday, what is now Monday, Iraq, or Damascus? Why was he using it? He might have been in Iraq, I think.
What,
Why
after the
was-
Prophet's death?
Yes.
Can you show me?
That's the whole verse.
No,
I
it's not.
just
No, it's not. He's talking about Hudayfa, the hadith of Hudayfa. Doesn't mention that.
Okay.
Doesn't mention about. It doesn't mention about.
They keep going
Needs to
back
be
and forth,
added.
back and
Needs to
forth,
be
back and
something. No,
forth.
no. You are not willing to accept that the standardization.
I don't think you're willing
No,
to accept
you're
that
no,
they're
you're
two
not.
different
Chris,
Qurans.
Chris.
Yeah.
You are not willing to accept that the standardization of the Quran by Usman radiallahu anhu is not about
Why did your Quran need to be even standardized?
the hadith say so.
Yeah, it says that they argued about it.
Standardized about what? The content or
Different
the
readings.
right? So he standardized
A
one
reading
reading.
is when-
He standardized one reading.
Yes.
Does that mean the
And then
Quran
he
is?
destroyed all the
Does
others.
that mean the Quran is changed?
Yes, because he destroyed
No, it's
all
not.
the others.
Because the Rasul Sallallahu said no. Rasul Sallallahu the Prophet.
Okay, let me
Chris,
give you an
Chris,
example,
Chris,
'cause it would
the
really
Prophet.
help.
Chris,
If I said
go
to him,
on,
hey
go on.
guy, I don't know if you're a Christian or whatever, yeah, the Bible, right? We all disagreed about it right at the beginning, but it's okay because then the Pope came in, he standardized it, told us exactly what was right, what was wrong, and then he burnt all the others.
Does that mean? Does burning necessarily? Hang on.
He would
Does,
say,
hang on. Does burning necessarily mean that it's lost? That it's corrupted?
What was the reason of-
Come on.
What was the
Come
reason
on.
of
Come on. Come on.
He says
What
destroy
was
it.
the reason of burning? What was the reason of burning the Quran?
Why would you burn Quran?
Burn Quran.
It says Quranic manuscript, Quranic materials.
Burn. Wait. Hang on. Burning does not necessarily mean that it's lost.
No. What
First
was
of
the
all,
reason for burning?
so that there's no confusion.
No, there's no
To
confusion.
who?
Why-
To
why-
who?
why
To
was
who?
the confusion?
To who?
Why was the confusion
To
among
who?
the people?
To who?
No. Why was the
To
confusion?
who? Was it confused for the people of? Was it confused for the people of Hijaz or for the people of
No,
Kufa?
what was the reason behind burning? Uthman burned the Qurans. What was the reason?
Because there was a fear that the Hufaz, that there was a fear that there could be high that kuffars would die. So there's a fear. So what he did, he then standardized. That's
So
it.
why we need to burn the Qurans for that? If the Kuffars will die, what was the
You're
reason?
not getting the point, are you?
Wait,
not
just-
You're
answering
burning
my point.
copies of the
Does
Quran.
kuffar mean the,
Many
the
copies
memorizers
of the Quran.
Sorry?
Does kuffar mean the memorizers of the Quran? Is that what it means?
No.
Yeah,
Sorry, no.
Iraq.
Is it correct?
Yeah.
There's a word.
The kuffar were not
Quran,
reciting the Quran.
The memorizers of the Quran.
Huffaz.
Yeah, but the
Kuffars.
Kuffars were not reading the
Is
Quran.
not what you're talking about. Or what you're talking about.
No, what I'm saying to you is that there was a fear that the memorizers
Okay.
may die.
Right.
Okay?
But that was before.
Right, so it's a
that
reaction.
Was in Abu Bakr's time.
Right, it was a reaction.
Well, Abu Bakr was still around.
Okay.
That was in 634 when Abu Bakr compiled the first copy.
Okay, fine.
Right. We're not talking about it. We're talking 20 years later. They were still arguing about it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes,
Is that
that's
true?
exactly what I just read.
Arguing about what?
Okay.
What
listen,
are they
I'll tell
arguing
you what,
about?
I'm just going to give the reference.
Go on.
And whoever's watching this can read it themselves and make their own mind up. Does that sound fair?
Yeah,
and then we
sounds
can
fair.
conclude it.
Sounds fair.
Is that all right?
I'm pretty sure Mansour already covered it.
Well, I've not chatted with him, but I'll be happy to chat
You
with
have
him.
chatted with him.
Not about this topic. I learned about this thing.
Pretty sure you have. But
We
it
talked about
probably
the differences of manuscripts.
it probably slipped off your mind.
Sana manuscripts.
Yeah, I've heard
I
about
talked
Sana
to him about
manuscript.
that.
I heard
Remember
about Sana
that?
manuscript.
That's the only
Yeah.
time I've talked to him about it.
Yeah.
And it was not about this. Anyway, let me just give the reference. This is Sahih al-Bukhari,
Yeah.
4987.
Yeah.
And it clearly says here, this is the time when Uthman is given the command to collect all the different materials and to standardize the Quran, and then he burns the ones that he did not include. Let your own readers...
Standardized. What does standardized mean here? You don't even know. You don't even know.
My friend,
So why you need to
No,
standardize?
standardized. No, standardized. What does standardized here mean?
I've already explained.
Hang on, it feels
Yeah.
no. It's like as though you know. So you tell me what
Okay.
it means here.
What they're saying is there are different readings, yes?
No,
That come
different
from different materials, yes? Like Ubay ibn Ka'b, like Abdullah.
There you go. There you go. Oh,
That's
come
not
on.
what it means. That's not.
What
Okay,
is
all right.
destroyed?
Originally, the Arabic language, right, had no dots,
Yes, I know.
no
Yes,
kasras,
it's
no
very
fitras,
early.
no
Yes,
all
I
of that.
totally get it,
Yeah.
yeah.
So when they were reading it in places like Iran, in
Exactly.
places like Pakistan, all of those,
There could be lots of transmission.
They were reciting it wrong.
Exactly.
Right,
Yeah.
they're saying different things.
No, they were reciting
Goodness me.
it
Do you
wrong.
see? He's not getting it.
Mate.
Oh, we leave it there. We leave it there.
The reason why...
We leave it there.
Right, we'll leave it there.
We leave it there, man.
Anyway, should we shake hands?
Yeah, sure. But we'll speak the Bible next time.
Yeah, sure thing.
Yeah. Take care.
I don't think that's much.
I don't know.
Does it say? What does it say on it?
3. He's not getting the point, man.
No.
He knows what he's talking about.
He gets the point.
Yeah.
He's just arguing the toss.
Yeah. He's having a toss, man.
No, that's Christianity. No, it's Christianity.
Oh God, we're still on camera.
Yeah. Don't be scared of him. Yeah, that's that guy with him, man. Don't be scared of them, man. No, they're not getting the
Never
point.
scared of him.
Whose is it, man?
Sharing isn't socialism.
I'm not sure who it is. Man.
That says 3 at the top.
Oh, is that yours?
Is that yours?
I think that's Dawah to Soul. I'm not sure. Exactly. Thank you.
Let's be clear.
He's not getting the point.
No, he gets the point. He's just sowing confusion.
Yeah.